With so many great games still slated to be released in the fall-winter season of 2015, I thought what better way to celebrate those games than by creating a list of the top 15 games that are most highly anticipated for the remainder of this year. Now I just want to reiterate that the games on this list will only be those that as of the publishing date of this video have either yet to be released for the fall-winter season or have a confirmed release date again for the fall-winter season of 2015. So unfortunately you won't see XCOM 2 or Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain on this list. That being said, here are the top 15 most highly anticipated games for the remainder of 2015. Coming in at number 15 is Soma. Soma is a science fiction survival horror game being developed by Frictional Games. Now many of you might remember Frictional Games as the developer behind the Amnesia series as well as the many Let's Plays videos to follow in their wake. However, the developers at Frictional are being very close-lipped about their latest title. All we really know is that the game will take place on the Pathos 2, an underwater remote research facility with machinery that begins to take on human characteristics. That said, if it's anything like their previous titles, we can expect a lot more jump scares and Let's Plays in the months to come. Coming in at number 14 is LEGO Dimensions. While LEGO games are nothing new, this one hopes to break the mold because the main storyline takes place in a LEGO multiverse following multiple characters through 14 different LEGO franchises including DC Comics, The Lord of the Rings, the LEGO Movie, The Wizard of Oz, The Simpsons, Doctor Who, Back to the Future, Portal 2, Ghostbusters, Midway Arcade, Scooby-Doo, and Jurassic World. Now more franchises are planning to be added post-launch, however, these brands have yet to be named. Suffice it to say, anticipation for this game is at an all-time high. Coming in at number 13 is Need for Speed. Now many of you might not be familiar with Ghost Games, but they were essentially EA Sweden until they were rebranded in 2012 when 80% of Criterion Games staff moved to their UK office to assist them with the Need for Speed games using the Frostbite 3 engine. And really, what else is there to say? Need for Speed marks the 21st major installment in the long-running series and is a full reboot of the franchise. Fans know what to expect from this game. New tracks, killer cars, and numerous game modes, all of which are powered by next-gen era engines. Coming in at number 12 is Hitman. Hitman is the follow-up to IO Interactive's 2012 game Hitman Absolution. However, unlike the linear structure of Absolution, every level in the game is a small sandbox which can be explored by the player, similar to Hitman Blood Money, with each map 6 to 7 times larger than the biggest levels in Absolution. Levels can accommodate about 300 non-playable characters, with each having different routines that will react differently based on the player's actions. It should also be noted that while the checkpoint system from Absolution has been dropped, Contract Mode is returning along with a simplified Instinct Mode. Coming in at number 11 is Star Fox Zero. For many of us, there will always be a special place in our hearts for Star Fox 64. And while follow-ups to that game have enjoyed moderate success, fans have been eagerly awaiting a fully fledged title for the Wii U for a long time. Star Fox Zero largely follows the classic gameplay of its predecessors in which players control Fox McCloud as he pilots his R-Wing craft through various levels. Similarly, various elements return from previous games including Fox's teammates, Falco, Peppy, and Slippy, who can assist the player if they protect them from enemy attacks. And as popular as Star Fox 64 was back in the day, imagine what is capable now with the latest next-gen engines available. Needless to say, we're excited to play this one. Coming in at number 10 is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Like previous titles, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is a first-person tactical shooter in which players take control of an operator from the Rainbow Team, a counter-terrorist unit. Unlike previous titles, this latest installment features new modes for the player, the first being Hostage Mode, in which attackers must extract a hostage from the defenders, while the defenders must prevent that from happening. Developer Ubisoft wanted to encourage players to utilize teamwork, tactics, and create tension throughout the game. It will also feature a heavy emphasis on destruction, in which players can not only breach charge ceilings and floors, but also ambush enemies by rappelling through breakable windows. In addition, players can also build fortified barriers and shields around them for protection, as well as set traps for those attempting to rescue hostages. Regardless, Siege brings a fresh take on the tactical first-person shooter, and one that we can't wait to play. Coming in at number 9 is Forza Motorsport 6. In addition to Need for Speed, fans of racing games will no doubt be looking forward to Forza Motorsport 6. The game's single-player campaign mode called Stories of Motorsport will have over 70 hours of gameplay content, 26 tracks including 10 that are new to the franchise, and more than 450 cars, more than twice the number of cars available at launch than Forza Motorsport 5. But ultimately, it's the excitement of how the finished product will look on next-gen consoles that will leave players coming back to the series. Coming in at number 8 is Just Cause 3. Set several years after the events of Just Cause 2, Rico Rodriguez leaves the agency and returns to his homeland of Medici, a fictional Mediterranean island under the brutal control of dictator General Di Ravello, who has set his eyes on world domination. Wanting to stop him, Rico goes on a journey to destroy his evil plans. In this latest installment, players will explore 400 square miles dedicated to the new setting, and while similar to the area offered in Just Cause 2, the terrain has increased to allow more verticality, allowing for players to scale buildings more effectively and realistically. Fan favorites like the grappling hook and parachute have returned as well, so those with an appetite for destruction will surely enjoy the latest title from developer Avalanche Studios. Coming in at number 7 is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Syndicate is the latest installment by Ubisoft in the Assassin's Creed franchise following Unity in 2014. Set within London in 1868 during the Industrial Revolution, the story follows twins Jacob and Evie Fry as they navigate the corridors of the organized crime during the Victorian era to fight against the established order controlled by the Templars. The game retains the series' third-person open-world exploration and introduces new traveling systems, refined combat, and stealth mechanics. Ubisoft has also confirmed that Syndicate does not feature any form of multiplayer gameplay. While Unity didn't live up to many players' expectations, I have no doubt Ubisoft, having learned from their past mistakes, will more than make up for it with their latest title. Coming in at number 6 is XENOBLADE Chronicles X. I think it goes without saying that the XENOBLADE Chronicles series is one of the best looking franchises currently out there, bar none. So fans of the franchise are expecting some pretty great things from XENOBLADE Chronicles X, the first game in the series to be featured on the Wii U. The game begins in the year 2054 as two alien races engage in battle near Earth, causing significant collateral damage to the planet. With governments sensing Earth's obliteration, humanity is forced to evacuate in enormous interstellar arc ships. From there, the story follows the passengers of the American evacuation ship, the White Whale, as they crash land upon planet Mira in an attempt to establish their new home of New Los Angeles, all the while still being hunted by one of those alien races. Add an emphasis on exploration and a refined combat system, and you've got yourself a formula for what's sure to be an instant classic for the Wii U. Coming in at number 5 is Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider is the follow-up to Crystal Dynamics' 2013 title and follows Lara Croft in Siberia as she searches for the ancient city Kitezh, built by the Grand Prince Vladimir in the 13th century, which Lara believes holds some truth behind immortality. With an emphasis on exploration, like the previous game, Rise of the Tomb Raider will feature a crafting system, allowing players to create items by scavenging materials from plants and animals, a weather system with a day-night cycle, as well as a redesigned combat system with more options for stealth and sneak attacks. Sadly though, this will only be available for Xbox One in 2015, with PS4 and PC ports to follow in 2016. Coming in at number 4 is Super Mario Maker. As Mario remains a staple in the hearts and minds of gamers old and new, Nintendo has accomplished something special that many of us didn't think was possible, a game that allows you to create Mario levels from previous titles, specifically Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. U, along with the ability to share them online. Now what's interesting is that while players are able to create their own levels, they must complete them before they are able to upload them online so that others can play them. In any case, it's a fantastic twist to the Mario franchise, as well as a callback to the classics that made Nintendo possible in the first place. Coming in at number 3 is Halo 5 Guardians. Halo 5 Guardians is the much anticipated sequel to Halo 4 released in 2012. Peace is shattered when colony worlds are unexpectedly attacked, and when humanity's greatest hero goes missing, Spartan Locke is tasked with hunting down the Master Chief and solving a mystery that threatens the entire galaxy. Unlike previous first-person shooters in the Halo franchise, it was confirmed by 343 Industries that Halo 5 Guardians will not feature any offline capabilities, including local split-screen for campaign co-op and multiplayer, and will not have any offline local networking options, a move which has led to a bit of controversy among its fans. Despite this, however, players are eagerly awaiting this next installment in the franchise. Coming in at number 2 is Star Wars Battlefront. Now, many fans were skeptical that DICE, developer of the popular Battlefield series, would be able to pull off a faithful reboot of the Battlefront franchise, fearing the gameplay and mechanics would amount to a little more than Battlefield with lightsabers. But if the demos and early gameplay vids are any indication, it looks as though DICE will have a winner on their hands, adopting the best practices from previous games, while simultaneously rebooting this beloved franchise. While the game lacks space battles or a campaign mode, it does allow 40 players to battle online at the same time, as well as 12 multiplayer maps at launch, including a few from the upcoming Star Wars movie, only whetting our appetites even more. And coming in at number 1 is Fallout 4. This should come as no surprise, but when Fallout 4 was announced with a 2015 release date, it easily became the game to watch out for newcomers and veterans alike. Fallout 4 takes place approximately 200 years after a war over resources that ended in a nuclear holocaust in 2077, roughly the same time as the events in Fallout 3. However, unlike previous titles, Fallout 4 takes place on the day the bombs dropped, October 23rd, 2077. The player's character takes shelter in Vault 111 with their family, only to mysteriously awaken 200 years later, unaged, as the Vault's sole survivor. In this title, we move from the desert-laden plains of New Vegas to the sprawling metropolis of Boston. Fallout 4 also promises to be the largest Fallout game to date, with an area reportedly 3 times larger than Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. In my book, Bethesda can do no wrong, and for that reason, it becomes the most anticipated game for the remainder of 2015. And there you have it, the top 15 most anticipated games for the remainder of 2015. Now, maybe there's a game that you're highly anticipating that didn't make it on this list, or maybe you think a game deserves to be higher or lower on this list. In that case, feel free to put a comment in the comment section below, and as always, feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. That being said, I'm the Millennium Gamer, signing off.